Hello everybody and welcome back once again. We are currently in the sewers underneath the city of Heaven's Peak, fighting our way into it. We just tore down a barrier here in the last video. Since we're in the water, we're not going to be able to use our wurms. There aren't all that many opponents here though, so this little group of blue should be enough with me being able to add in my damage as well. And in the last video I was talking about them making you go through a decent bit of effort to get to the reds. We could have put the reds up on the land over here to the left of us and let them attack these undead with the blue glow that can attack at range, from range. Instead, I usually just go ahead and bring my blues right down through here. And those just aren't that tough compared to you, especially when there's only two of them and you've got your own damage to be able to add into it. We may very well take a loss or two, but then the blues will be able to just resurrect the ones that we've lost anyway. It's not like they cause one of the deaths that you cannot come back from. So they're just not a big enough threat for me to worry about trying to go through that whole big area just to get two reds. And right there was the last spoke of the wheel. So we'll go ahead and follow him back. We'll pick up our browns along the way, and then we'll be moving into the next area.
Browns taking position.
And there was no reason to switch to a brown carrying that. I didn't do it for any reason. I was just getting my browns off of the guard marker, and from where that caused him to drop it and come back also. It just happened to be that I switched to a brown. There wasn't any reason for it. Okay, and now we can move on.
Now you can see why they called the Silent Order. Although having their mouths stitched up doesn't really give them a choice.
So here we have a whole group of people that are trying to flee the city.
You're going the wrong way. The city's infested. The priests have shut the temple.
And all Sir William does is throw endless parties with that creepy red Dawn light.
We're making a run for it.
Better join us if you don't want to end up with bits hanging off.
Yes, master!
And this is another one of the areas where I'm going ahead and switching colors just to save time of having to come back. I do know I'm going to have to be able to deal with people going through water again here. And this is another one of the places where they've got things set up for you to try to take advantage of the eggs, but a lot of times it just does not work well for me. The thing is we're wanting to send minions over to that wheel to turn it, but there's one of those worms down there in the water that's going to start attacking us as soon as we start trying to turn it. I think what they mean for you to do is try to use one of the eggs to lure those birds over here where they could be reached by the worm. And then you can turn the wheel while the worm is distracted eating them. The thing is once I actually bring an egg over into that area and my minion drops it, the birds go running back even though the egg is there, And if you don't go ahead and drop the egg, you don't have control of anything but that one minion, so you can't send any of them to come over here to turn the wheel. What I have found to work best is to go ahead and try to get 12 turning the wheel, and then send some over there near the worm, and have him eat the ones close to him instead of the ones that are currently turning the wheel. That will buy them enough time to get it turned. And we'll go ahead and send back a decent handful of these blues, because I know I'm about to have to be able to fight some, and that I am going to have the ability to get another color. Because all we had to fight was one beetle there with the blues, and now we've got access to browns. Instead of having to go back now that I know this pit is here and put some blues back, I was able to go ahead and switch in advance.
Browns!
And we'll be able to use the browns to fight through this room, which will make it go much faster. These zombies are spread out enough that you can pretty much just send your browns into them and not worry about using any kind of strategies. They'll be able to deal with them on their own. And here we have another tower object.
Congratulations, sire. You have found a new domination spell.
And the domination spells are the ones that actually will weaken your enemies in some way. The first version of it was slow.
Confusion spell adds a little randomness into battle. You won't necessarily stop enemies attacking you, but they may start attacking each other, or running for the hills.
And then right down in here we do have a fire barrier blocking off an area, but we do not have any way to deal with fire. There's no way that we could have gotten any reds on this side of the water. And what we're going to do is go ahead and send back these browns.
You choose all.
We're going to pull out greens in their place. Because we want to go back and kill that worm. He is guarding 3 tower objects. And you pretty much want to use the same strategy you used on the one that was in the cave where we got the blue minions. From where I don't have a full group of them and where it's a little hard to get him to attack until you get right at the edge. I'm not necessarily going to use the exact same strategy. These also, a lot of times, instead of getting shaken off into the water, will shake back off onto the platform where they can even live. So as long as you can get him to lunge at you, and then back off so that you don't actually get attacked by him. Because he will kill some with that initial lunge, so if you pull back though from that, and let your minions jump up onto it to attack, they will survive usually from that point. For some reason though, I'm not being able to get them to attack. So let's try it a little different. We'll send one forward to try to get him to snap down. Except I can't even get one just to run to the edge of the platform. And see, at this point they should be able to start attacking him. But they're not. There they go. And that might even actually finish him. Yeah, they did get him. So now we can go ahead and send our blues over to get those tower objects. It's just through bags of gold, but you do have to have them to, of course, get the achievement that's for collecting all of the tower objects. Also, they do add a decent bit of gold each. I only have 10 minions, and it takes 5 to carry each one, so I'm only going to be able to get 2 of them, and then we'll have to go back for the others. Also, I'm having one that keeps attaching to be a 6th one on that, instead of being able to get him to add on to the one that only has 4 and let it start moving. But he's on it now. Well, now he finally is. And we are running a bit low on time, so I'm going to go ahead and run up here to where you can see where they're carrying those objects. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and off-screen going back for the 3rd one. And so in the next video we will go ahead and just start back right here, but I will have gotten all 3 of those bags of gold delivered to this tower portal. And then we will go through these doors and actually be out into the city.